What is up, everybody, and welcome to a brand new video. And today, guys, I'm a bit sick and I feel like crap, but that does not stop me to make the promised Q&A that a lot of you guys have been requesting. And in one of the previous vlogs that I have done, I have told you guys to write the questions about me. And you know what? I will spice this up a little bit by telling you my life story as well. But that will be in the end after you guys have asked me all the questions. So before we get into it, make sure to subscribe to the channel to see the life of the Russian in Thailand at the moment right now. And make sure to hit the like button because that somehow helps out the videos and the channel as well. So first of all, we got Richard's Unde or Richard Zunde. All right, I'm sorry, I probably pronounced your name wrong, but it is what it is. Hi, Ivan. Watch all your posts and find them quite amusing. My question is, how do you financially support yourself? If you want, you can tell me to mind my own business. Ha ha ha. All right, you know what? It's alright to ask questions like this. I find questions like this interesting myself. And what can I say? My job is YouTube, guys. I do YouTube for the past, I think, 3 years now. Nearly every single day. And this has been my job, basically, and that's how I financially support myself. And obviously, you know, a lot of you guys support me during my live streams a lot, which actually helps me out a lot. By the way, guys, this guy asked a good question. If you want to support the channel and my work, there's a coffee link in the description. You can support. Okay, I'm kidding. You know what? But there is a link. You know, why would I say no? Anyways, flipping heck, this is not going to a good start, but all right, you know. Anyways, basically what supports my life is YouTube monetization and the support of you legendary people as well. So hopefully that has answered that question. Next question we got from Patrick Knabel 3669. Q&A, how do you manage your cats when you're not at home? Well, that's a good question. Very good question. Matter of fact, behind me you can see there's automatic feeders, and also packed away I got a Wi-Fi camera, and I leave plenty of water for the cats. So basically I could feed my cats from anywhere around the world. I see them straight away. And now people are gonna say, well, what do you do with a litter box? Basically I have this huge litter box that I just fill up a lot, and they, you know, I'm sorry if you're eating, guys, but they dig everything inside of it. If we are gone for a week, I ask somebody to come after 3 days and clean it up, but usually there's no problem with that. And I know I clean the litter box every single day, but when you're gone, you're gone. But at any time, I have people that are able to get in, get everything sorted out, and everything is all right. So that's a very good question. But yeah, most of all because I got a Wi-Fi camera and the automatic feeders. Those things are great. Now we got another question from Vaz GT Fluffy. What did you do before becoming a YouTuber? How did you and everybody meet? Good question. So first of all, what did I do? It's easier to ask what have I not done before I became YouTuber. I think we can go back in time, just when I was not able to finish university, but let's not get into that. First of all, I want to tell you a thing. One of the things that I did was I actually sold places for art exhibitions for a commission, like a middleman. I did that. Yes, I did. Then I had a little woodworking operation, which really did not go well at all whatsoever because I hired alcoholics, and you know what? Do not hire alcoholics to do the most important job. Second of all, during COVID, I sold, well, I didn't really sell. I was the middleman to a lot of masks because there was no masks. Remember those times, guys? In Russia, some geniuses have bought out all of the masks and stored them away. And guess what? I was like, this is a big problem, but it can be solved. And I saw a lot of pharmacies were like, we don't sell masks, we don't have masks, and all that stuff. So I was like, all right, somebody has them. So basically, me and Evelina made a group chat. We got all the people that needed the masks, were like the middleman, and we took a commission from each and every single mask. And you know what? We did pretty well. So that was one of the things. Then after that, I had a little crypto mining operation, which I think one of the people also have asked me about, and I will tell you about that in a little while. But then after that, I had a shawarma kebab place with my girlfriend as well. We had it for a year, then we sold it, and then after that, I worked for a American car shipping company in the United States of America. But I was in Moscow. I was working from the computer, on the phone, transporting cars from like LA to New York and all around America. That's what I did. So, very good question. Me and Evelina met in Moscow in an event where we both went to. And yeah, so that's how we met, basically. John Wind the First. We're not going to read through the whole comment right here because it's huge, but we're not going to be talking about him saying use cardboard and you'll forget about that Thai tissue paper. That was from the video about me going to the shop and buying toilet paper. This guy recommends cardboard. Very nice. Anyways, let's not get into that topic once again. He says, why Thailand though? Why not Turkey? Closer. Vietnam, cheaper food, not spicy. North Korea, Kim is your BFF now. Cambodia, I don't know why I even say that. Or the Philippines, mostly Christian, different sect, but still Christian, just like Russia. Thailand doesn't even sit anywhere near Russia, so why you pick it? That's a very good question. First of all, matter of fact, you probably did not see my videos from way back. So when mobilization in Russia has began and I found out about that, I decided that I'm not going to be playing the Russian roulette, and I got into my car, the V8 Freedom Cadillac that I had, took two of my friends, and we drove my car over to Turkey. There's actually a video on my channel called Escaping Russian Mobilization. You could check it out. But the first place we went to was Turkey. Then Evelina flew in an airplane with the cats over to there. And I'll tell you a story, right? Everything was fine in Turkey. We were living decently, but I got my residency for a year. Evelina was not able to acquire the residency because the rules started to change and all that stuff. And then they just stopped giving out residencies, not only to Russians, but to everybody. And then the prices were going up and stuff like that. So we're like, what's the point of staying there if, A, we cannot get a residency, so we cannot stay there. And second of all, it was just unreasonably expensive at this moment. And what's the point of that, you know? So North Korea, you know, I'm not a big fan of eating dogs. What else we got here? Cambodia, I don't know. I've never been there. And the Philippines, I actually visited a few times. I really like it, but what I don't like about Philippines is that there's some really nice areas and then there's some really sketchy areas, and that contrast really ruins everything. If it was not as contrasty, if you know what I mean, if you've ever been there, then probably yes. But nevertheless, Thailand was actually quite a famous tourist destination for Russians as well. So that's how we kind of went over here. Les Barker 2673. Here's a question. Why didn't you just get Tay to put a turbo or a better engine in your Datsun, as he makes racing motors that are super powerful and light? I know you love V8s, but they suck fuel like a drunk sucks down alcohol and will be very heavy, so be careful with those brakes. You should actually go to a real brake shop and get proper strong front brakes. The back ones can be the same, even drum brakes. Good luck though, it's your car and your life. You do you, we love for who you are. First of all, thank you very much, really appreciate it. I'm gonna jump ahead a little bit. I have strong brakes in the front and in the back. It's actually from a Skyline, so they're pretty flippin' strong. But nevertheless, thank you very much for worrying about that. Why did I put a V8? Because you can just never beat the sound of V8. That's the reason. It's not a race car. It's just great sound. What could be better than a V8? Come on. You know, I'm a car guy, and I'm a V8 guy. Big Show Under says, you don't wash cats. They clean themselves, and the natural oil on the skin is good for them. don't wash it off. Goes for a lot of animals. Well, matter of fact, a lot of people might have got my idea wrong. I do not wash my cats every single day. I just wash them once or twice, maybe sometimes 3 times a year, just so that they're cleaner. I don't clean them all the time. I don't give them baths or wash them all the time. But you actually do need to wash them, because why not? I really don't know. Some people only wash themselves once a day. I know this is going to get a lot of common stuff rambled on, saying, what if you work in a factory? What if you work as a mechanic and stuff like that? You to you, everybody does whatever the heck they want. But I'm just saying here, I just started the worst flipping fight in the history of YouTube in the comment section below right now. Chandler Bing Bong says, scrap the Datsun and save yourself a fortune, as well as the constant headaches. I'll tell you one thing. If I scrap the Datsun, that means I lose the money for the engine, the money for the car. So basically, I just lose a bunch of money. That sounds like a great decision, doesn't it? Sounds like a great flipping decision. Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm too far deep into it. It's like saying, I don't know. I don't even know. Like, give up climbing down the stairs or something from somewhere and just jump off, and you're gonna kill yourself. Like, no, that's not a good idea. I'm not giving up. People make mistakes. This could be a mistake. But you know what weak people do? They give up. I ain't a weak person. I ain't giving up. And you'll see one day the V8 Datsun will be rumbling around the place and you're going to be like, damn, that's a flippin' very nice car. So yeah. But thank you for the comment. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. John UV4VO. If I remember, you and Evelina tried crypto mining. Ooh, this is the question we were talking about. I'm curious, how long did you run the mine and if you came out ahead? I love your channel, by the way. Also, it seems you need John Wayne toilet paper. It's rough and it's tough and doesn't take a shit from anybody. Yes, that's exactly what we need. But my crypto mining operation actually lasted for about, I think, 5 or 6 months. It was basically profitable from day number 1 because the electricity cost of where I was doing it was near zero. Literally, like, it was so cheap that you would pay a few cents. But nevertheless, you know what? I had that for a while. Then I had some problems. Had to sell my crypto mining machines. I had like ASICs, you call them, right? Back then I had S9s. But if you're in the crypto game, you probably know them. They're probably dirt cheap now, but I had a few of them. They were getting me some good money, and then I sold them, and the next day, guess what happens? Bitcoin went down, and those things became worthless. So, you know what? Sometimes it's good to pull out at the right time. So that saved me a lot of money. Michael Jolin says, what the heck is a cat groomer? Is that something that's exclusively Russian or maybe Thai? I've never heard of a cat groomer. It's like a dog groomer, a pet groomer, whatever you want to call it. It's where you basically, you go to a place to wash your dog or cat. They like give a haircut to the dog or something. I don't know, I just called it that way. But yeah. There's a place where you can wash your cat and your dog, Michael. Lowell33333. How did you escape conscription in Russia? I did not escape conscription in Russia. I never escaped conscription. I did leave for mobilization because that was risky, but for conscription, they will not take me, ever. That was the worst wink of my life, but you know what? They will not take me. You know why? Because I cannot do it. I just simply cannot do it. Anyways, let's get to the next question. TCH Enail. Hi, Ivan. I'm Tony from Canada. Can you tell me what's your plans for the future? Do you want to stay there for a while or go to USA as soon as possible or stay in another country before? As no man, I would sell that 666 car and get over it as a nerve-breaking project. Sorry for my English. I'm French Canadian. Ooh! Ouh, bonjour, je m'appelle Sanctioned, Ivan. Comment tu t'appelles? Ça va bien? You see, I'm a professional. Nevertheless, I'll tell you one thing. My plans for the future, I have no idea. For me to go to the States, I need to have a big YouTube channel, which I don't. I do not have it. So it's not possible right now. And a lot of people don't know this, but Thailand is not my place to live for the rest of my life. This is kind of like a place where I'll be staying for now, and then we'll see where life is gonna take us, you know? I mean, what was your job in Russia, and do you think you will ever leave Thailand, or are you here forever? Patrick, very good question. Had a bunch of things, but the last one before YouTube was I was a car shipping broker in the United States of America from Moscow, like I said at the start of the video. But Patrick, very good question, and I will not live in Thailand forever. Besides YouTube, how do you make income? I am a Cheeto sommelier. Yes, I taste Cheetos for money. Let's just leave that at that. Zero by Design Zero. Serious question. Do you think KGB might grab hold of you when you land back in Moscow for treason? Hope not, but just curious. You know what? I would say that they would stop me if I would land back in Moscow airport right now. They would stop me and say, where the heck were you for a year? What were you doing there, you know? They'll be like, give us your phone, give us your laptop. They'll open up my laptop. They'll open up YouTube. They'll find my videos and be like, all right, son. Looks like you have tucked yourself into a life sentence in prison in Siberia. Very good. You get a free ticket over there. So that is probably one of the things that could happen. Or I might go through if I return and just be all right. So it's one of those things, you know. You never know. You really never know. BGHY566. I don't understand why you're so obsessed with a Datsun. You have a core, and if it is because it makes noise and you can drive it like a boy racer, then my advice would be for you to buy a PS5 and buy Grand Theft Auto. So much cheaper than the real thing and probably more fun. Are you telling me that GTA is more fun than having a old, ultra lightweight car with a crazy V8 engine in that's gonna rumble like hell, go fast as hell, and all that stuff? Well, BGHYT566, I gotta break the bad news to you. You need to try something different, because cars are fun. But you know what? I understand. Not everybody is a car guy, car person, whatever, you know. I like this type of stuff. I enjoy it. It's great. I will enjoy it more when it's actually out of the workshop, because right now I'm not enjoying literally being broke because of the Datsun. GTA is cheaper, but at the end, should be more fun. Thank you very much for the comment. I really appreciate it. Sammy M1, any progress in achieving these to come to the US? Good question. No. Need a bigger channel for this that I still don't have, but we're working on that part. Let's make the channel big. Let's make Sanctioned Ivan great again. That's what we're going to be doing, right? All right, and the last question before I tell you a story. PL Gooner, the professional gooner himself. Ivan, do you work for undercover for FSB? Blink twice if Putin is holding the camera for you. Anyways, guys, so a lot of people were also asking me this question for the new viewers and stuff like this. This is a whole different thing. This has not been asked in the video where I was asking the Q&A. A lot of people were like, wait a minute. You're a Russian and you speak English? That was disgusting. Spit going all over the place. Nevertheless, yes, I do speak English, and no, I did not learn English in Russia. Matter of fact, when I was in second grade in Russia, my English teacher has said that I have zero capabilities of learning English in my life, and that I will never be able to speak or write in English at all whatsoever. And guess what? I wish I could find that teacher and be like, hello, it's me. Oh, okay. Anyways, yeah. I was in an Irish school. I was in Ireland drinking Guinness and fighting leprechauns for the past 11 years that I was there. Yes, I was in Ireland for 11 years, from 7 years old sorry, not 8, from 7 to 18 years old. But I did come on breaks back to Russia. But yes, mostly I was, you could say, from my childhood to my somewhat adulthood, I was raised in Ireland with a mix of Russian stuff in. That's why I'm a bit different than the usual Russians you see around the place, you know? So yeah, that's a little story about that. And talking about that, a lot of people are saying, Russians never smile. Russians are always rude looking. Well, guys, trust me, if you would have lived in a regime like Russia, where everything goes down to shit every single day, I really doubt you're going to be smiling, all right? And also in the Russian culture, when you're smiling for no reason, they think that you're crazy. Russians will only smile at you if they are really laughing or are really happy about something. They're not going to be showing you the fake smiles. They're not going to be showing you the fake laughs. They're only going to show you the real smile. Yes, guys. So that's a little story about that. No fake smiles, only real smiles. Anyways, guys, thank you very much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed the Q&A that I have done for you. And I really appreciate every single one of you guys watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. And I will see you guys in the next video.